Over 90 million dogs are owned as pets in America. Of those, pit bulls have been labeled aggressive and dangerous to kids and the other dogs around them. However, your chances of being bit by a Chihuahua, as opposed to a pit bull, are much higher of that of the smaller breed. Every day, pit bulls are dumped at shelters and euthanized to save space, when in reality, by nature, they are a good dog, but their nurture can impact how they are raised and how they are led to be that dog. By breaking the stigma and educating the public, we have the chance to save countless of pit bull lives. Being raised with Western Animal Resources, I have seen all sorts of breeds of dogs. I've been raised around the vicious pit bull and the Swedish Chihuahua, but I've learned that neither of those will ever fit their stereotype. I've also worked in a dog grooming shop for 2 summers, and through that experience, I remember that the pit bulls that came through only ever wanted to be kissing my hands and just being pet as they were getting washed, but I have scars from the poodles and the Chihuahuas. Pit bulls are not always going to be an aggressive breed. They were originally raised as nanny dogs in England, although the popularity of fighting rings has grown into their aggressive standard, and by breaking the stigma and educating the public, we can save the lives of those that don't deserve their standard. Pit bulls were originally bred to be nanny dogs in England. Alongside other large breeds like Mastiffs and Shepherd dogs, they were brought into the home to take care of the kids and act as a protector. Now, we've gone from trusting them with our kids to not wanting them around our other dogs. Although they are sweet by nature, they also have a very hard strive and a passion for those that they care about. And sometimes they have been put in the wrong environment and they can be completely turned around. Buyers and breeders have learned that putting them into the wrong environment and into the wrong hands, their nature goes completely against everything they know, and they can be turned into breeding final machines. Now, with the rise of raising dogs in bad environments and teaching them to be aggressive is the rise of illegal fighting rings. Many dogs are used to be fighting dogs, especially the bigger breeds like pit bulls and German shepherds. The bigger the breed, the farther they'll fight, and that means the more that a buyer will pay to throw them into these rings. Smaller dogs like poodles, chihuahuas, smaller dogs, they'll be used as bait dogs, which are then thrown into the ring first to entice the opponent. In lucky cases, these dogs get rescued and are put into organizations where they will learn to love and be loved again, and hopefully to be rehomed. But in the worst cases, they usually will end up spending their lives on a chain, starving to death, or fighting the brutal conditions they're left in, because these dogs aren't seen as pets. They are seen as money-making machines. Those that do get rehomed are usually left with some sort of handicap, which does not add to the stigma of them being an aggressive dog. It doesn't help it at all. The lucky few that get rehomed are put into rescue organizations where they usually have volunteers specifically to work with these animals to teach them to trust humans again. In hopeful cases, pit bulls are given to new families and new homes through adoptions events and rescue organizations when they have learned that humans don't always want to hurt them. This shows that they can always go against their nurture, and their nature will usually overcome. In a lot of cases, they give great hugs, and they only want to be around a family that loves them. Pit bulls like Nyla are a great example of that. Nyla was at Western Animal Resources for 8 years. She was labeled as an aggressive dog, and she isolated herself from others because she was so shy. When in reality, all she wanted to do was love you and protect those that she loved. Thankfully, last summer, a couple came through that took the time to get to know her and her breed and learned that she's a great dog and she just wants to be around her family and protect those who she cares about. She's in a much better place now, and as you can see, she's very happy with her new family, and all she wants to do is give you love and hugs. So by breaking the stigma and educating the public on the truth about the pit bull and their breed, we have the possibility to save countless pit bull lives and give more dogs like Nyla a chance in the world.